Assalamu alaikum. I hope you are fine. Today we shall learn how to run a regression analysis in Microsoft Excel. Our dependent variable is food expenditure and our independent variable is income. Theoretically, we assume that food expenditure of an individual depend upon the level of its income.
Okay, now we are ready to run regression. Click on data analysis. Data analysis window appears with many different statistical techniques. Scroll down to find out the regression. After selecting regression, click OK. Here this is a regression input window. Here we need to give input. So this is input Y range. So what do we need to here? Select Y variable. We know that this is our Y variable. Select all the 40 observations. So by pressing Control, Shift and lower arrow key, we can select the full variable, full data in this variable. Then we need to put input X range. Here we need to select our independent variable. Again, press Control, Shift, lower arrow key to select data. Now look, in our data, first row contains the names of the variable. So this is the first row like food expenditure and the second income. These are the names of variable. These are not quantitative data. Therefore, if we select data from the first cell, we need to check labels. It indicates that the first row of the variables contains name of the variable labels. Okay, the other thing as it is confidence interval 95%, as it is just select the output range. Output range means where do you want the result of this regression analysis. Do you want on a new workbook or new worksheet, or if on the same worksheet then select the address. Okay, so select output range. Here I need result here. So go back. Now we have provided input into the regression input window. Look, we provided four things. Here, input Y range, we selected the full column. Input X range, we selected again full column of income. Full column means all the 40 observation, not till the end. Then labels, because the first row contains the names. Then we give the output range. So input Y range, input X range, labels and output range. These are the four inputs which we have given. Now we click OK. That's it. So here we have this result of regression analysis. Look here. R square is 0.38. This tells us about the fitness of the model. The higher the value of R square is, the better the model is. Then the intercept is 83.41 and coefficient of the income is 10.20. This coefficient tells us a relationship. So there is a positive relationship between income and food expenditure because coefficient is positive. So one unit increase, how we interpret it, I mean objective of regression analysis or today lecture is not to show you how to run the regression only. The objective is to interpret the results. So here this is a coefficient. This is a coefficient of our interest. This is a positive, indicating positive relationship between dependent and independent variable. How we will interpret it? Coefficient tells us the change in dependent variable due to one unit change in independent variable. So we can say it that if there is 1 unit change in income, it will result into 10 units change in food expenditure. Now units, it depends upon what units you have measured your variable. It may be millions, billions, thousands. Then the other important thing is to check whether this relationship is significant or this is insignificant. So to check this thing, we need to go to T-stat. So T-stat here is 4.87. A rule of thumb is that if value of T is greater than 2, it means that relationship is significant. So here we have a T-stat of 4.87. This value indicates that the relationship between income and food expenditure is significant.